Images mobile residents will never forget. Has shots ring out at the movie theater on Christmas Day, injuring 4 people. A chaotic scene has hundreds of teens gathered, and police sped up and down the aisles looking for the suspects. A few weeks later, an 18-year-old is killed by a 14-year-old playing with a gun. And a few days after that, a 16-year-old is killed by his girlfriend in the same manner.
We're seeing a trend here recently, even though it's been very fast-lived, but just in a matter of a few weeks, where several teenagers have lost their lives or been shot by a handgun.
Overall, if you look at the number of teens involved in violent crimes, the number is declining. 104 in 2010, down to 61 last year.
But take this summer's red light shooting where several teens were arrested after one of them shot a woman in the eye on Monterey Street. That's one example of how not every violent crime category is going down. There were 6 attempted murder charges in 2015. That's as much as the last 5 years combined. And if you look at the manslaughter cases, we haven't had any in the last 5 years until now, with 2 already in the first month of 2016.
One gun in the hand of a teenager is too many.
Judge Ed Naiman sees a link with kids who come through his courtroom. They lack supervision.
We've got Facebook pages loaded with children carrying guns. And I'll ask the parents, did you not know? Did you not even take a second to look at what your child is putting out on social media?
That's why he and Chief Barber are begging parents to check on their kids.
Look in their rooms and look in their backpacks. They don't have a right to privacy in your home.
Know what your children are doing. This is life or death for them.
Researching it on social media will not put your mind at ease.
It's a major concern, not just here in Mobile, but throughout our country, with teenagers' easy access to weapons and then apparently no idea of choices and consequences.
In 2016, the violence hasn't stopped. 15-year-old Amari Parker was gunned down on Fat Tuesday. This after a woman was shot in the eye while stopped at a red light this past summer. And of course the shooting on Christmas Day that left 4 wounded. And then 2 killed by their friends while playing with guns. Now the question is, what can the community do to stop this teen violence? And who's to blame?
I do think it's with parents. It starts in the home, and it's not starting there. And I feel like that even very young kids are out doing their thing and not being held responsible.
And these guys weighed in on why teens feel the need to show themselves brandishing weapons online.
I don't know why. Real talk, I don't know why they do that. It's just what it is.
Police are trying to partner with schools to help crack down on gun crime.
And as a gun awareness, a gun safety, it's about trying to create an environment amongst the young people where they can access the police anonymously to report kids carrying illegal weapons.
They've even passed a law that prohibits juveniles from possessing a weapon.
The law that we used at the time was the no pistol permit, which is a concealed weapon permit.
Now, armed with the law and an anti-gun program, they hope they can help stop the next teen gun crime before it happens.
Kids, be safe, because I have a son myself. Stop the violence.
Police arrested 16-year-old Algernon Grayson. He was brought in still wearing his Viger High School uniform. He's charged with the murder of Amari Parker that took place on Fat Tuesday. Police would not confirm, but it is believed that surveillance video from Popeye's Chicken showed witnesses recording the altercation on their cell phones. Grayson is being charged as an adult, and if convicted, he could face some of the harshest penalties, from 20 years to life in prison.
The people involved are in their teens, but they're old enough to know better. They're old enough to know that you don't go down to Mardi Gras with a gun and start shooting. Well, at this point, it's still very early, obviously, but this was an intentional killing.
They don't understand the law. Most adults don't know the law until they get in trouble, so,
Upon investigation on Facebook, you can find that Algernon Grayson and Isaiah Kelly were friends and posed in pictures together. On the brighter side of things, the Mobile Police Department has had a remarkable clearance rate in these teen violence cases.
Anytime you commit a crime, you have to realize that someone will find out about it. You can be the most silent person in the world. Someone's going to find out.
Do you have anything to say?
Did you shoot Amir? Did you know him?
Do you have anything to say to Amir's family?
Did you go to school with him?